Test. Welcome to a new update just on the second day of Christmas, in which we are going to be looking at an altcoin. As throughout this entire week, we're going to look at a few altcoins. We're going to be looking at the forecast for 2023, and we're going to be looking back to what has been happening in 2022. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next 2 weeks version. So today, we'll be looking at Chainlink, as recently the amount of people that are actually interested into the DEXs have been increasing significantly, through which you can definitely argument that the question to get a DEX after what has been happening with FTX in the past period has been surrounded and has been getting fueled. And in order to have a proper DEX going around you, you need an oracle, because then you get the data generated to get the trading going on a DEX. So that's why we are looking at Chainlink first. Before we are going to continue, actually make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also like this YouTube update if you do enjoy the content. Right now still without a camera, as I'm in Spain and the camera is not working properly. But I'll be back relatively soon, actually tomorrow, with a fresh new update when it comes to the markets, including the camera. Before you continue with watching this update, make sure to check out our free trade letter. On Friday, we do altcoin setups. On Monday and Wednesday, we do trade setups, but also macroeconomic updates. We do this for free, so check it in the description beneath. Also, final week to get a 30% discount, because from January 1st, we are going to be launching copy trading, or at least in January, and we have also integrated Forex in the past period. So make sure to check out our premium membership. We are going to release the ROI on a monthly basis on all the portfolios that we do, and we've got limited spots too, so please take note. When we're looking at Chainlink, I think we can conclude that we've got the Burj Khalifa pattern. And I've been saying previously already that Chainlink is into a bear market since May 2021. I think the entire market is into a bear market since it, which means that we are into one for 18 months already, and we are into a period where you're actually going to see accumulation taking place. So when we're looking at Chainlink, we can conclude that before the big expansion took place in 2021, price has been consolidating here, and we have been seeing this high here as well, right? So we've got this high taking place. After that, shorts got liquidated and the price of Chainlink started to accelerate quite fast. Beautiful retest taking place, a big expansion. Big expansion takes place, correction all the way towards the start of this entire run, relief rally bounce, and then we start consolidating downwards, in which we are currently acting into a sideways period since May 2022, which brings back towards the level that we've got here, in which we have not been testing this level since this took place here, right? So we are actually at the level of support that you clearly want to see in order to get all the levels tested, which we have been doing in this case. And ultimately, most of those levels are getting tested before the market starts a new cycle. Now, on the other hand, we also have resistances which we have to look at. So we have this bounce taking place here. So we are watching a block around $32 as a clear resistance area. We've got another one taking place here at 25, and we've got a clear resistance taking place at 16, right? So in order to have anything taking place, we have to crack those. And on a weekly time frame, we can't clearly see one here yet in between. So most likely, if Chainlink is going to crack this resistance that we have here, which is the area at 778, that is going to be the area after which we start to accelerate. So crucial resistance before $16 for Chainlink, right? So in that case, if we're looking at the weekly time frame, we can conclude that this is the accumulation period for Chainlink. So accumulation is taking place here during this entire period. You can also start looking at the moving averages, for instance, moving averages, which are the 50 and the 100. There you can clearly start spotting the fact of those coming around again. Right now, we can argument that we're definitely into a bear market. With this bounce up, we can see that we've also been testing this moving average here. And now we're getting into the stage that during the coming period of Q1, we are getting the 50 MA into a potential area where we start flipping it and get pace for a relief rally. The 100 is still so far away. The cross has been taking place, but I've been discussing it already. Once this cross or these crosses take place, the move has already been taking place. So in this case, the cross took place at the bottom. So the actual drop took place already. Most likely, we are going to see a cross taking place here in September 23 of Chainlink to the upside. So the golden cross maybe a little bit later, but then Chainlink is already acting around this price area that we have here. So based on the investment thesis, we are looking at a case that we have been retesting the levels of 2020, and we are just consolidating here based on the weekly time frame. So arguments are that once we crack 778, we are going to find continuation to the upside. So when we're looking at the daily time frame, we can spot a few more important levels. We've got the accumulation area, right? We've also got the case that we've been taking here, or we have been testing levels of support quite frequently. Right now, Chainlink has acting onto a, I'm clicking on something wrong here. Right now, Chainlink is also acting on a support level here, which you clearly want to see sustain as one, which is this area. That is the support level that we have. If we don't have that support level to stay in place, I'm going to look at a test around $5. So then if we can't really have a support here, we sweep it again. I'm looking at a case like this, in which this is the trigger for a long entry, in which you start continuing to the upside. Now, on the lower time frame case, we also have some smaller levels to look at. So for instance, this is not the area. We are looking at a case of $6.70. If that one breaks as well, that is going to be the trigger for continuation. So we are stuck in the middle, but closely but surely we are getting into a period where you want to start looking for the long still, because if we are going to grind back up and take out the level around 680, we start to overshoot quite fast towards the range here. And then this previous level of $7.70 becomes support, and we can have continuation taking place on Chainlink. Chainlink against Bitcoin, pretty ugly chart. It has been trending upwards. I'll just be looking at the daily time frame here. But you can see that we've got a beautiful test taking place here, after which we started to shoot up. So we can argument that this level is still untested, right? We also have a case in which we started consolidating here, retest this level, continue running, and this level is also untested. So I'm looking at a potential scenario in which we have some upside towards 39.10 and then have some more downside, and I'll be looking at longs around this region or longs around this region. The case of the Chainlink dropping it down a bit on the Bitcoin pair might be due to the fact that Bitcoin is simply going to be pushing a little bit more, and Chainlink has been pushing recently due to the staking being released. So it's a kind of tricky chart to look at the Bitcoin pair. If you look at the Ethereum pair, we can also see that there's a sharp correction taking place as we got into resistance again. There are a few levels you could be mentioning as potential supports. So I'll be releasing or removing this a bit. I'll be looking at a case of finding support around 3900 sets, and I'll be looking at a support case around here if we breach beneath 4950. Those are the two regions where I'll be looking at for Chainlink against Ether. But overall, Chainlink against USDT is into support. We know that daily time frame support. And when you're looking at the weekly time frame, you'll be looking at accumulation, and you're looking at crucial resistance at $7.50 before we start running towards 17 bucks. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be back tomorrow with a fresh new update. Also, don't forget to like this YouTube update. Make sure to check out the free trade letter. Have a wonderful day.